Okay, Amy, thank you so much for joining me today. We're doing something a little bit different. These conversations are meant to give potential business partners a real behind the scenes look of what life is like at eXp Realty and Team Legacy. I'm so honored that you are bringing a Canadian point of view, which is so cool because I'm in Texas and we get to do business together. So this will be kind of before someone takes a big move and, they're researching and they're looking at, will this really benefit me? What is the culture like? What is the support like? By you sharing your story, especially a Canadian point of view, it's really going to help them imagine what's possible. So, thank you so much for kind of pulling back the curtain, sharing the opportunity, being vulnerable, and sharing your story. Let's just jump right in, Amy, and tell us what is your story, who are you, and what's going on?
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be chatting with you today. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, so I'm in Canada. When I turned 40, I decided I was ready for a career change. So, real estate was always a little bit of a passion for me and my husband. We move a lot. We've bought and sold with agents. We've done it privately. Definitely pros and cons to each way, and some really good agents that we had positive experiences with along the way kind of inspired me to get into the industry. And then some that we dealt with were not so great, which also inspired me to get into the industry to try and, make it a little bit better, and make the process of buying and selling a home easier and less stress-free for people because I feel like that's how it should be. It should be fun. It should be exciting. Not as stressful as sometimes we hear these horror stories. And I just wanted to do my part in restoring faith in for people in the industry. So yeah, so I decided I used to work in education. Um, so I decided to get into real estate just before I turned 41, got my license. I turned 48 this year, so I've been at it almost 8 years. And the first couple of years, I tested out a couple other brokerages, and then I had some friends over at EXP and just chatting with them, decided that that might be a better fit for me than the traditional model. And yeah, like everybody says, wish I had done it sooner, but whatever. I'm here now, and loving it. And yeah, that's kind of how I got into real estate and got to EXP. And yeah, absolutely loving it.
The rest is history. I love how you share your story on life starts at 40. I saw your post the other day and you were really marketing to people who have had an entire career or life, season, and now they're ready to go into entrepreneurship. So I think that's so great that you can mentor them. Let's kind of get into the big picture of, your business now. You were saying you kind of started and then you tried a couple different brokerages. Since joining eXp Realty and Team Legacy, how has your business changed in terms of either production, opportunity, income? How does life look different now than it did before?
All that looks different. So definitely increased production, which has led to increased income, of course. So the income growth was a nice bonus. But I think for me, just more opportunities, leadership and just having a wider service area as well. So I started in the Edmonton area, capital city of Alberta, and then I decided I wanted to live in an area with a little bit less crime, lower housing prices, but still within close proximity to the city.
Right.
So we moved to Camrose, which is about 45 minutes outside of the city. So it's a bit of a commute, but just a different lifestyle that we were looking for. So I like that I can now be, I can cover a large area. I can work from wherever I want. And I've kind of expanded my network as a result of doing that as well. Um, but yeah, lots of doors have opened, and I've taken on a mentorship role in the last year as well, and that's been super rewarding. So, coming from a background in education, that's kind of been a really cool thing for me to be able to do as well, where I didn't really have that opportunity at the other brokerages. So, I like that EXP kind of promotes that mentorship program because I think it's amazing, and it's something I wish. Kind of going back to, I got into real estate because I had some real estate agents. Uh, I wanted to be the agent that I didn't have. And so now I'm kind of wanting to be the mentor that I didn't have. There were some people in my first office that I could go to if I had questions, but I just felt like I was bugging them all the time. So I think being a mentor to other agents that are either, new to the industry or even just new to EXP, being in that helpful teaching role is just something that's kind of always been a part of me. So I'm glad that I can continue and grow with that.
That's so impactful. I've been lucky enough to interview a couple people this morning, and all of them have said personal development leadership was something that they had lacked in their last company, and that it's something that you don't really realize is missing until you have it. So I think it's beautiful that you can go full circle with that and now help people who, give them what you wish that you had had. It's awesome. So let's kind of talk about support because you're talking about mentorship and culture. Because for me, people were saying, "Oh, I want to help you," and I was like, "Oh, they just want me to join their cult, right?" Like, oh my gosh. And it's still like it's been like almost 10 years, and they're still going, "How can I help you?" And the culture has just been incredible. So a lot of agents are wondering, what is the support actually like? Like, what are you really getting? So my question to you, Amy, is what kind of support? It can be, leadership, training, community, that EXP offers. What has made the biggest impact on your success here?
Um, I think probably the collaboration. I mean, the leadership is amazing. It's 100% accessible 24/7. We have brokers on call on the weekend and the evenings, so we can always reach somebody. But just within my network at EXP, the collaboration and just sharing. If I see an agent in my office that's doing something super cool and I see that it's working for them, can pick up the phone or shoot them a text and be like, "Hey, how did you do that?" Or what are you doing? And even just the other day, someone asked like, "Hey, I have this listing. It doesn't look so great. Does anybody have experience with digital staging?" And I'm just like, "Here, I use this app and try it out." Like, it's not, it's everybody's open book, right? We all want each other to succeed. So I would say if anyone is thinking about coming to EXP, if you come for anything, come for the culture. The rest is icing on the cake. The culture, I think, is what makes the company so amazing. And you're never alone. So yeah, it's just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like EXP is a community, but then you have these agents, around you who are basically like your neighbors. If you ever need anything, you can go to them and they're never going to say no. So, yeah, unlimited support. And like I say, the culture is what I was looking for. And I knew I was looking for that. Some don't know that's what they're looking for and they get him. Wow, didn't know this existed, or I didn't know I was missing this. But that's exactly what I was looking for, and it's exactly what I got. So
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. And we're so blessed to have Team Legacy as a culture and community. And a lot of people hear the word team and they're like, oh, I'm going to have to give them 50% of my money because it's a team. And like you were saying, it's almost like a neighborhood, community where they don't charge anything. The way that EXP is set up is we're all shareholders and it's one big family and there's no cost for that. Yeah, it's awesome. So kind of
yeah.
talking about Team Legacy, which I'm fond of. I'm like the mama bear of it. I'm just so blessed to get to be in business with people like you that I would have never got to meet ever. You're so far away, right? And it's just such a cool way that we can all be connected. We know that EXP has amazing tools on its own, but the goal is Team Legacy kind of takes it up a notch. So how has been, being part of Team Legacy added value or support beyond what EXP already offers?
Yeah, like you say, EXP offers like unlimited tech tools and everything, right? But Team Legacy is really cool for me because I can network with people like yourself so far away and or even in the next neighborhood from me here in Canada, right? Doesn't matter where we're at. What I like about being a part of that network that's across Canada and into the US is that we can tap into different masterminds and collaboration opportunities and things like that and just get different perspectives that maybe everyone in my city, we're all, doing things a certain way, but I can tune into one of your Tuesday trainings online and be like, hey, they're doing this in Texas. That would totally work here. I'm gonna try it, right? So I think just yeah, having unlimited um just access to different perspectives and ideas, um, and trends and things that, you might be able to apply to where you are. So regardless of where you're at, we're all in the same business, but we're all doing things a little bit differently. And I just think it's kind of cool that we can connect the way we are even today, just to chat about it. Um, and within Team Legacy, the leaders legitimately care about my goals, your goals, and what they can do to help get us there. We're all pushing each other to be a little bit better, reach those goals, maybe even exceed those goals. And I just feel like we're definitely supported along the way, like next level, like beyond what EXP is offering and doing for us. Team Legacy, I mean, my local Team Legacy chapter, if you'll call it that, um, we have quarterly events, we have guest speakers, and when we can't get together to do those in-person things, there's always something online. We're getting together for lunch, we're doing masterminds. Just yeah, it's different. I've talked to other people who have joined EXP, not for the wrong reasons, but maybe just not just maybe they saw me say something or heard me say something and they're like, oh, I'm going to join EXP, but they didn't call me, they just signed up through a random broker or person or on their own or whatever, and then they're not getting like, oh, well, I thought you said that there's this and this, and then it's like, that's a Team Legacy thing. Should have called me. You don't like to be like that, but yeah, it's definitely, we have, EXP's got this level of culture and support, and Team Legacy just takes it up another notch. So happy to be here.
Incredible. We're so happy to be business partners with you. When I share this, I'm going to tag you. If someone were interested in maybe learning about more and having a confidential conversation or saying, hey, I've seen you guys in Canada and I really love the support and what you're doing, would you be open to having more business partners to collaborate with?
Absolutely. The more the merrier. Come on over. Yeah. Yep, for sure.
Okay. So talking about the vision and future, you started as a realtor, you kind of started really building at EXP, and now you're getting into mentorship and leadership. And like you said, like the sky is the limit. I know when I first started real estate, I was like, if I could just sell 5 houses, if I could just sell 10 houses, if I could just make 6 figures. And you don't really know how to dream big because you haven't seen it done before. And as you kind of grow and you're around people who do things, bigger, faster, stronger, in a different scale, you're like, oh, things
Yeah.
look differently. So being kind of in that environment and seeing yourself grow, how has been being here changed what you believe is possible for your real estate career in the next 3 to 5 years?
It's pretty wild, honestly. Like I can say even in the last year, like I've been at it for 8 years and I've been with EXP for about 5 years, maybe six. Yeah, probably about 5 years I've been with EXP. Yeah, just in the last year. I mean, I took the mentorship certification and brought on a new agent who I mentored. She actually just graduated from the program last month, so that's exciting. And two other agents, one who I had never even met before, but she saw my social media presence. And where I live, there aren't a lot of EXP agents right in my community. So that was exciting that she was interested in, learning more, coming over to EXP from her brokerage. And then another agent that I had done a deal with probably like the previous year, who had called, and I guess I just made an impression on her. We worked really well together. And she's made the move over to EXP this year as well. So I have these three agents who um, brought into the company as business partners, and yeah, I would like to kind of expand that. So yeah, if anybody is thinking about coming over to EXP, I'd love to have that conversation. I just want to build that network. I want to keep sharing everything I know, like I'm a wide open book, um, and just build that network so that I can kind of continue building a life that I've always joked that I'm going to retire when I'm 50. And we always laugh. I'm like, do you think I could retire when I'm 50? And then we're like, ha ha ha. And then, that's the end of the conversation. Will I retire when I'm 50? No. What could I? Probably. But yeah, I'm absolutely going to keep going beyond that. But I've gotten to a point that I didn't think I would get to at 48 when I just got into this business at 40. So yeah, sky's not the limit. Your mindset is the limit. So yeah, I think whatever anybody wants to do, they can, and probably a little bit more. Like I say, yeah, I didn't think I would be where I am when like now. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Oh, that's beautiful.
yeah,
Steps. Yeah, It's such a beautiful story and it's inspiring for others who maybe are starting out where you were and going, "Oh my gosh, like if Amy can do it, like she could help me do it or I can learn." And real estate's hard, right? And so sometimes we've got bad days and it's really nice to go, I can look forward to the next 2, 3 years. Retiring at 50 if I wanted to, but I won't because, I'm mildly addicted to what we do. So that's such a
Yep.
blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, last one. So this is your chance to speak to agents who are kind of on the fence. They've been on the outside looking into EXP, but they haven't really done a deep dive. They haven't really looked at what their business would look like within EXP because it's not a one size fits all business in a box, right? Everyone's business is different. And so what does that look like underneath the umbrella and the platform of EXP? So what would you say to an agent who's considering making the move to EXP Realty? What would you tell them based on your experience?
I'm going to say if you're thinking about it, just do it. Don't wait. Yeah, it's one of the best decisions I've made. I know many agents who say the same. Um, if you're looking for growth, I guess ask yourself, are you going to get that where you are now? Um, do you want freedom? We all want freedom. I feel like EXP gives you the tools and the opportunities to get to a point where you do have some freedom, which is awesome. Um, Collaboration, unmatched, I swear. Technology, the support, it'll transform your business. I pretty much guarantee it. Real estate is hard. It's like doesn't matter what brokerage you're with, you're gonna get out what you put in to a degree, but I feel like what you put in at EXP, you're gonna get back tenfold what you're getting back elsewhere. And I'm only speaking from experience. I'm not discounting any other brokerage by any means. And I'll say this too, when I moved to EXP, we have our lovely revenue share program and all these perks where you can basically, either build a legacy or retirement plan. That was all like, and even now, like I probably wouldn't be able to answer every question somebody has about that because to me that's icing on the cake, right? That's building on the side. That's not what I'm here for. Um, I'm here for the culture, the collaboration, and to help people. I would also say, I've had agents say, well, what if I switch and I don't like it? Well, just like buying a house and moving, it's not a permanent thing. If you come over and it's not for you, then you're free to go, but I feel like you're probably not going to leave. Yeah, just come and see what it's like on the other side. And if anybody has any specific questions or they want to chat with me, or if they're in the greater Edmonton, Alberta area, and want to get together to chat, coffee's on me. Be happy to meet up and have that conversation. I do love to travel. So if you're anywhere in North America and you want to meet, I have a travel trailer. I'll come to you.
Oh, that's
Texas is on my bucket list for 2025. I'm hoping to get there by December. So we'll see.
Let me know. We'll do something big. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much, Amy, for your time and for your input and to share your beautiful story about your growth here at eXp Realty. I think that you're an incredible mentor and leader, and I think anyone would be so lucky to be your business partner. I know as someone who gets to work with you and collaborate with you, I'm just such a blessing. So I'm going to stop the live stream now, and then we will share your contact information. And if they have any questions, they can reach out.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Have a fantastic day.